Alright then, it is time for this week's transport review, and today we're going to be having a look at the West Midlands Railway's relatively new Class 730/0 Aventra electric multiple unit fleet. And we'll be having a look at these specifically between Stechford and Birmingham International, where I'll be travelling on further to Coventry for filming today's sessions, but I'm going to be having a look at these with you. We'll be checking out the seats, toilets, and having a walk through. So, just an all-out review of the Class 730/0s. So, Stechford is a pretty busy station on the line between Birmingham New Street and Birmingham International. It has three platforms. Platform 1 seeing services towards Birmingham and the north of England. Platform 2 seeing services to Birmingham International and heading up to London. And Platform 3 is a junction for diverted Avanti West Coast services and freight or rail tour services coming from Aston, with a separate line heading up from Platform 1. So, our journey this morning, we will be getting the 10:31 West Midlands Railway service, heading all the way up to Birmingham International, stopping at Lea Hall, Marston Green and Birmingham International. Our journey today is scheduled to take about 10 minutes, and I will see you when the unit arrives. And trudging up the line is something we've seen a review of recently. One of Cross Country's dreaded Class 221 Voyager sets, which we had a look at long distance from Birmingham New Street to Newton Abbot a few weeks ago. And yeah, today we'll be having a look at a 3-car Class 730. Travelling in some very, very warm conditions today. Thank God the 730s are air conditioned. And another thing we need to review before long. Well, we did one a couple of years ago, but wouldn't hurt to have another look at a Pendolino, would it? Yeah, wouldn't hurt to have another look at one point. Alright then, it is pretty much time for our service to arrive in from Birmingham New Street, as we will be on board that unit down there, which I can confirm is 730-024, working to Indigo 14 from Rugeley Trent Valley to Birmingham International. So I think it would be best if we do get on at the far end so we can have a walk through, which, based off being here for about 11 years for train spotting, is roughly around here that it should stop. Alright then, let's get on and have a look at the 730s. Now, a couple of years ago when we did this journey, it was the 350, so you know, there is a bit of a bit of difference now from when we did first do this journey as a review. And let's get on. Right, so looking at the interior of the train, it is a lot more spacious than the 350s, and there are like handles, spacious doors, a lot more seats, bins, overhead and under-seat luggage storage, speakers as well as display boards. So, I think first thing we should do is have a look at the seat. So, seating is in a 2+2 configuration with a pretty hard back seat, but it is comfortable for long distance. There is a fold-down tray table at every seat, as well as a headrest and the overhead luggage. 3-point plug and USB ports are provided at every seat, and obviously pretty good window space and there it is looking back towards Stechford. Alright, so having a walk through the unit now. There are maps of the WMR network near every door, and there is a pretty spacious non-door walk-through in every carriage, and
I said I would never ever.
there is also table seats, which is a double 2+2 configuration when walking through the unit. And then obviously these are suited for rush hours. There is also standing capacity on the units, and we're just pulling into Lee Hall now. And there are maps of both the London North Western Railway and West Midlands Railway networks, which these units serve near every door. Right, next thing we need to have a look at is the toilet on board. Just have a look and see what it is like. There's also plugs in the vestibule areas just for extra capacity. There's also wheelchair and cycle storage on board. And obviously, like I said, the under-seat luggage compartments on these units. Right, just have a quick look at the table seats quickly, which have the under-seat luggage storage there and a socket on either seat, and then the table pretty solid, big enough for a laptop. But one thing these units are missing is armrests in between the seats or on the end of them. But it's nothing too big a deal. And yeah, there's also the odd safety poster around with a specific diagram for these units. Alright, we depart Lee Hall on time at 10:33 now. And we make our way off to our next station of Marston Green. Right, last thing we need to have a look at on this unit is the toilet on board. It is pretty big and spacious, and it has everything you need on it. Toilet, sink, mirror, soap, lock button, and baby changing. So yeah, everything you need. Right. Okay, next station of the day. Yeah, we'll be having a look onto Marston Green next, and I think we will head back to our original seats as we pull into our second station, which you can tell we're approaching as the runway for Birmingham Airport soon becomes visible from Marston Green.
We are now approaching Marston Green.
Yeah, it's just off over there. Yeah, you'll see that in a sec.
Leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
There it is over there. We've even got a Gemini outside there on a 72. I always forget that B9 Geminis always pop up at Marston Green.
This is
the National
Green.
Express West Midlands 72 from Chelmsley Wood to Solihull and vice versa. Right, then we're now at Marston Green, and next up we are heading off to Birmingham International. Right then, I've forgot something else we need to check on board this unit, the Wi-Fi. So, there is WMR onboard Wi-Fi, which we can have a look at.
Welcome aboard this
And it is just a simple
Birmingham International
thing to their website. I accept terms and conditions,
We will be calling
and
at
it is connected.
Birmingham International.
See, look, it's not too bad. I can check real-time trains
The
on it.
next stop will be Birmingham
Yeah,
International.
there we go. I can even check real-time trains. Right. Just having a quick look at Wi-Fi speed. I can confirm the Wi-Fi is about... Yeah, it's about... just under 1 megabit per second the onboard Wi-Fi, and just like that, we are now on the approach to our final station of the day, where this journey will end, of Birmingham International. There's a better view of the runway for BHX. Alright then, and pulling in alongside 807002, we are now at Birmingham International, where I have a rough 5-minute connection. Okie dokie then. Yeah, that is us off at Birmingham International, and now we can cross over to platform 4, where my 350s that will take me on to do my next session, and I've come to the wrong end again as per usual, but 807002 there, just get a nice picture of that glistening in the sunlight. I want someone's opinion of these. Do we see these as IETs or what? Right, yeah, let's get over to platform 4 then, and then once I am on board, well, on the platform awaiting for my 350s to arrive, I will do the final journey review for the 730s. I mean, they sure sound like IETs anyway, just that is the model, obviously, the class 80X. Alright then, let's get over and get on these 350s. Alright then, so, London North Western 730, oh, there's my side. Yeah, 730s, what do I think of them? Good journey quality, good comfort, everything you need on board, 10 out of 10, gotta rate them. Right, I'm going to get on these 350s so that I can start my filming for the day. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.